This is a HeadGum podcast.
Well, don't come around these streets unless you know what you're talking about. I am the king of the dungeon. I got enemies and anybody I take, I see. I will take you down. I don't know what it is that we're doing right now. Okay. And is the intro. I believe in the intro.
I always said that if I had a show like Pee Wee Herman and I was the host, this would be my theme song.
Did you make that up?
Well, they're just harmonics, but yeah, I guess I did.
It sounds good to me. Let's use it.
That's the intro. Should put on. Sing over that. I don't know what the melody would be. It's the...
Once I found a thing in my dream. Once I found a thing in my dream. Once I found a thing in my dream. Once I found a thing in my dream.
She didn't text back. Yeah.
Yeah, we have sex in our dreams.
Oh, sometimes we have sex dreams, all right?
Look, but you know what? I really don't, though.
Bada bing, bada boom.
It's because I keep myself handled.
Have you ever met someone in real life that actually says bada bing, bada
Yes,
boom?
yeah.
Well, you
For
know what
sure,
I mean.
people do that. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not just like a movie trope?
Oh, wait, that's me. I'm the one that says that.
You do say bada boom, bada
Yeah.
bing.
Bada boom, bada bing, bow. Yeah.
Okay, so this light is like, it's going, can you see it outside? Is it hitting the walls?
Nah, man. Nah, you tripping.
I think I'm tripping. That's kind of
I used to not like the term tripping, but now I say it all the time.
Yeah, I like tripping. Because when you fucking up and you tripping, that's a term for it. Okay.
Darren, you're a big boy. Did you know that?
What do you mean?
You're a big boy.
Like, because I'm out of breath because I walked like 3 feet?
No, you're just a big boy.
like
no one
tall.
would. If I went up to anybody that we both knew and I said, Darren's a big boy, they'd all laugh and be like, yeah.
Give me some details about like my
Talking shit about you behind your back?
No, not shit. Like, give me some details about like things you like about me. Like my shoulders. Talk about my shoulders.
I think you have greater technical skill than anyone I know.
Really? How come you sound so far away?
I trust you behind the keys more than anyone else.
Like piano keys or like any keys?
All of them. Piano keys, guitar keys, keyboard keys. I know that you got the best skill.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I was editing today for a company for freelance, and I'll be honest, what I was editing wasn't great. Wasn't great. I won't give any details away so I can't get in trouble.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't great. And when I started in the morning, I did a full day, an 8-hour shift. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to make this good? Like, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do that. And by the end of the day, I was like, oh shit, I'm actually proud of this. Like,
really?
I wanted to send it to Luis to be like, hey, look at this. I'm an editor too. Just because Luis is like fucking a whiz behind the keys.
Luis, okay, for those of you who don't know Luis, he's the editor for People Be Like, and in my phone, his name is Luis Ivory Keys. He's great on the keys. Yeah.
He's real great on the keys. He's like a small little package.
Yeah.
I just want to take him places.
Oh, yeah. I love Luis with all my heart.
Smiling.
You know how I know? Do you remember that one time my life has been walking into the editor's bay and saying shit?
Yeah. That's where you practice your jokes.
Yep. And do you remember the time I came in there and I was like, it wasn't a joke. I was being for real. I was like, so-and-so talked some shit about me. And he got pissed.
Wait. Preface it a little more.
Remember? Somebody did some shit, and I was like,
Somebody talked some shit about you.
Because, I mean...
Are you sure I was still working there?
Yeah. This was a while ago. And I was mad.
I remember Luis getting pissed, but I don't remember...
You don't remember? Yeah, it doesn't matter who it was at.
He got pissed, though. I remember. He was, like, defending you.
Immediately, yeah.
And he was, like, not pissed, like, I'm kind of grumpy now. He was, like trying to fight.
Yeah, like, let's go over there.
Luis was like, all right, let's throw down.
Let's throw down,
He, like, got up, even though he has a standing desk, and he's like, what'd they say? So they said it like that, huh?
And I was like, Luis, I haven't even finished the story yet.
He's like, fuck that. I don't need it. I could just tell you're angry and you're bothered.
And do you remember when he came up to us at Steve's roast the other day?
when he was like shining and happy and just like he had a vibe about it.
Yeah, and do you remember he was like, I was like, you were like, oh, you could do some freelance work, and I was like, no, don't tell my editor that.
Right.
And he was like, hey.
To be clear, he brought it up to me.
Oh, okay. But he was like, hey, I love you guys.
Uh-huh.
And
it wasn't joking, and it was out of left field. It was just like, I love you guys, and it was genuine. That might have been the most genuine thing said in that room.
People never say that shit to me.
What?
I love you.
Just like out of the blue like that? People don't say that in general. Like, really? I mean, there are people, obviously, that say that. But, like,
I feel like I do.
In our friend circle, it's not like a common thing.
It's not. There are few people who will throw it back at me.
I haven't met a lot of people. I hung out with a friend.
That means nobody loves me.
I got coffee. Yeah, same here. I got coffee with a high school friend. I might have told this already, but I don't give a fuck. My podcast, I do whatever I want, motherfucker.
Break a guitar on it.
No, I don't want. That's a good. Maureen bought that for me.
Yeah, but Maureen's not even cool anymore.
For my birthday 1 year.
She got a cool puppy. Tell a story.
Yeah, I met up with a friend that I haven't seen in like 4 years, and then when I said goodbye to him, he told me he loved me, and I was like, I love you back too. I love you too. But I was like, wow, none of my people don't say that.
Yeah.
And he said it with such confidence.
Yeah.
Like Luis.
If I told you I loved you, I meant it. I want people to know that.
What's the Drake lyric? If I ever loved you.
If I ever loved you, then I would.
Something like that.
If I ever loved you, then I always love you. That's how I was raised. There you go. I had to pull out the flow, too.
He has those lines that just, like, mostly girls, but guys, too, just make him, like, I don't want to say wet, because that's, like, vulgar,
that made me
but
wet.
just, like, it's just, like, ooh.
When he said that shit, I was wet. I'm going to be honest.
It's, like, my heart is pounding a little fast.
And I instantly related with it. Yeah. Even if I don't know if I did before, but I do now. After that, I know that if I ever love somebody, I always will.
Really? What if I do you dirty, though?
I don't give a fuck. Do I care how I'm treated? No.
Why?
I don't know. I think it used to be like a low self-esteem thing, but honestly, I really don't give a fuck.
Really?
Like, there are a few people you will meet who, like, really just, in their heart, I'm so cold and don't give a fuck.
Oh, you're back in the tracksuit, huh?
I told you I can't do a Monday without it.
I haven't seen you in that for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Actually, I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time, too.
Like, I feel like the last time we hung out was when we were in your car, like months ago, and we were listening to some of the songs off my EP. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we don't really hang out. We do business. It's real sad.
Well, it's because, okay, so really, I love this podcast. Mm-hmm. This podcast is great, but between Friday and really Monday, maybe even more, maybe like fucking Wednesday and Monday, we don't really like to talk about the cool stuff because we want to save it for the podcast, which is like cool because like this is fun, but that's also like kind of shitty as far as like just living life. It's like, oh, I can't tell you went to the Bay this weekend. It's like, oh, I can't say anything about it really. Yeah. I mean, I could, but might as well save it for the podcast. It's kind of like catch-22. Is that the phrase?
I don't know.
It's like a good thing, but also a fucking shitty thing.
I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to just tell you. Unless it's a really good one.
Yeah, like the fucking Louis C.K. Snake Woman story.
Dude, I held on to that for like days.
I still don't know how.
And I didn't tell anybody.
You know, but what I will say on the flip side of it, like the positive side of it, I always feel like you have a story coming. Uh-huh. And I just, even if you don't...
Can I be honest with you?
What?
I never do.
What do you mean?
I never do have a story. Except for when I, like, meet random people. Like I'm saying that ever since that time that you told the Louis story, every podcast since then, I'm always hoping, okay, hopefully he met someone this week. And like, because the way I felt when you told that story, I've never felt that way in my life. And you know what? It's weird. It's like a lot of people have contacted me about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And like, just that
story?
Yeah. If you listen to the story, it's not really that great of a story. I didn't hang out with Louis C.K. and Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. I looked Chris Rock in the eye and I shook Louis C.K.'s hand, and that's it.
But why?
But a lot of people have like told me like how like that affected them, and I have no idea what it's not the story. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was that I was truly passionate about the subject.
Because I know why it affected us, but I don't. From an outsider perspective, I mean, if you listen to the podcast too, it's because that's what we talk about. But for somebody else, were these people listeners or were these people?
Yeah, just like people who've listened to it. Like it's not. I don't know what's so great about it.
And it's also like the episode I go to not to talk about an episode in an episode, but it's the episode that I tell people to listen to if someone's like, oh, which episode should I listen to? And I realized that's not a good episode to listen to.
Really?
That's only a good one if you've heard the other ones. Like that, if you haven't heard the other ones and you don't know, like, we love Louis C.K. and Chris Rock and like whoever the fuck and whoever Snake Woman is, like, then that shit doesn't make any sense because I'm freaking out over someone called Snake Woman and Snake Woman's fucking best friend and Darren's new girlfriend got a way bigger ass or whatever the fuck you said. Like, do you remember saying that?
I didn't remember that until somebody brought it up recently.
That's incredible. That should be on your gravestone, on your tombstone. That's fucking...
Darren's new girlfriend has an ass out to here.
It's just like, who says that?
I don't know why.
That's like, that's a movie moment.
Yeah, it really was. I have this thing that I do that I love is that, like, sometimes I can't stop myself from saying shit. That was one of them.
Can we talk about the one about last weekend?
What happened last weekend?
We were in the elevator.
Oh, God.
And you prefaced it, and it was great. Can we talk about that?
All right. Look, sometimes, y'all, I'm a very good person. I am so calm about all my shit. I don't hurt anyone.
You used to be a social worker, right?
Yeah, I used to be a social activist. I went to people's house and asked them questions, how they felt about the community.
You did protests.
I went to protests. You know what Chevron is? They're trying to kill you, and I tried to fight it for many years of my life.
You were part of a youth center.
I was part of a youth center since I was 15. An LGBTQ youth center, and much more than that, everything. I used to really try to help people.
Yeah, things changed.
Sometimes I gotta be mad, too.
Allow the boy to be mad.
So, it's not that I'm mad, but I just have to, like, just put some weird shit out into the universe. When I was in the elevator the other day. It was you, me, Ava, and
I think that's all. But I think we were trying to. Well, there's other people, but I think we just tried to go in the jacuzzi and it didn't work.
Jacuzzi didn't work, so we're going back up. We're all in like weird swim gear, and it's at night, and then we're in the elevator with like 4 other people, and I felt this energy, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say this.
Can I preface that this family that was in there also had a baby?
Like that matters. He can't hear.
But it adds to the awkwardness.
Yeah, it does. That does actually.
It totally adds to the awkwardness.
Because that was a part of it for me, honestly. Yeah. And I said to him, I said, you know what? I really don't have to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Aren't you guys glad 9/11 happened over there instead of over here? Oh, my God.
And then dead silence.
Dead silence. And I knew that was going to happen.
Besides Will snickering in, like, the corner.
I was just like, I have to say something terrible right now.
Yeah.
And, like, honestly, I think it's because I've, like, talked shit about, like, David Cross, who I love, great comedian. Mm-hmm. But I've said before, like, you know, he's a great comedian, but in his stand-up, he just makes a bunch of 9/11 jokes. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? What's wrong with that? A lot.
I don't know.
I mean, some shit you just can't joke about.
I have like this weird connection, and I wasn't even there. But I'm obviously because it happened in my lifetime. But like, I think I'm obsessed with 9/11.
I know you are.
I've seen like every conspiracy theory. I fucking watch every documentary on it. Yeah. I'm like so obsessed, and this is really. I think also because like there was someone in my family. Who, not in my family, but my stepdad's cousin, I guess that's kind of my family. He was like in one of the towers and then survived, and then it changed him as a person. But like I know this is horrible to say this, but I wish I was there.
Yeah.
But like from a safe distance, and not to see fucking tragedy, but just because like I that energy that happened in New York that day is probably never going to happen again. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
It was a crazy moment in America. A lot of people don't know. America has always been at war. We fought none of it on our own soil.
Right.
I think there was one invader from Mexico who did it once. This is the first time people died in America. People died, but people died like that. And that's why it like really hit everybody at once. It was we became alive at that moment.
Damn. So I have a theory. I have my own conspiracy theory. You know, I've been watching Friends lately, and for some reason, so in sitcoms, they have fucking the transition shot, so they'll show like a skyline or a house to display where the characters are at. Every time that there's a transition shot and it's not the house or not the fucking Central Perk, it's always the Twin Towers. Now I'm thinking over here in my room while I'm watching Friends, trying to get me a good
gist. The episode is on mute in your head.
Yeah, the episode's on mute, and I'm, but I'm over here just trying to have a good time, hang out with friends. every time I see that World Trade Center, I'm like, you know what? This show was really popular, right? Like, this show was really popular. Yeah. Don't put it past me that Bin Laden couldn't have been like, you know what was really popular? Friends. You know what they show a lot in Friends? The Twin Towers. You know how I'm going to ruin America? I'm going to bring that bitch down. Tell me is that crazy to think? That could have possibly been, how not?
Not crazy.
That could have enticed it. Like, that, I'm telling you, the show was so big that the shit changed everything. Yeah. Who knows?
You telling me Osama Bin Laden?
I'm not. People would be afraid to say that. What the fuck? I say this. I said it to Ava and she laughed in my face. I'm telling you, this could be that could be real. That could be real.
It could be. I mean, you're not wrong.
What I will say is,
if you were like Drake, new headline: rapper says Osama Bin Laden watched Friends.
yeah, that's how the fucking media is. It's bullshit. Yeah. But yeah, speaking of 9/11, I think my opinion doesn't matter, but I think you can make jokes about it as long as
it's terrible. It begs that question again, like, what is the boundaries of comedy?
Yeah.
And like, honestly, comedy isn't always about laughs. Comedy is sometimes someone getting up there that says something that is just
true. Yeah. Speaking of getting away with things in comedy, have you watched Bo Burnham's new special?
I haven't yet. I haven't sat down in weeks.
I won't give an opinion because I know you don't like that, and I won't spoil anything, but he has created a way to where he could say anything and he doesn't get in trouble. And I'm trying to figure out why. And I think it's because he's intelligent and people know that he's intelligent, so when he does so happen to sometimes say ignorant things, they don't look at it like, oh, he's a bigot or he's an ignorant fucking idiot, but he's intelligent, so I'm gonna laugh at it. But like, if you went to like a comedy club and like the dude was clearly ignorant from the jump, maybe you wouldn't allow yourself to laugh at something coming from his mouth as opposed to Bo Burnham. Like, does that make sense? Is it because he's intelligent? Why do you think he can get away with it?
I think there are several reasons why you can get away with it, because we're only seeing his best performances.
That's true.
There are definitely audiences that aren't hip to everything. And he probably does get in trouble from it, but just not in an immediate way like we're used to seeing in the YouTube comments.
Oh.
It's like, he'll probably get tweets that say, what you said really upset me.
Right.
All we see is the video where everybody laughs in the audience.
And he also is in like a weird place because he's not a YouTuber and he's not like a Drake size, so like TMZ isn't reporting about it. But then he's not on YouTube, so we're not seeing comments. So you're right. It's like he probably does get a bunch of tweets.
Yeah. And all kinds of shit. I think about that all the time with Louis C.K's, like, he has his joke, the one with the words you don't say.
Right.
I've learned by you that don't just say that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I wondered that for a while. I was like, how does he not get in trouble? But he does. But he really, you remember earlier in the podcast when I said I really don't give a fuck? He really doesn't give a fuck. I give a fuck. I think honestly, these comedians who really come from who are really doing the open mics every night, not because they want to get better at comedy to see a career in it, because they're trying to escape their lives, who really don't give a fuck.
That's all they have.
Yeah. When that's all they have and then they get popular, it's like,
damn, that's real sad.
Yeah.
That's not even, because it's weird. Other performance, like music, you're doing it because, they have passion too, but it's fun also. When you go to open mics and it's just miserable for the first 5 years, and you continue to do it, and that's somewhat fun for you, or that's your only escape, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's a sad time, because some of these comedy clubs are awful.
I truly believe the best art comes from the most negative and the most positive things. And that's just a negative thing, and it can become a positive.
What do you think is the worst comedy club? Because we go to comedy clubs in L.A. Imagine in the middle, imagine a comedy club in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, those are probably really terrible. My least favorite one that I went to is this bar in Van Nuys. I was sat in there for a couple minutes, and
Say the name.
Forgot. If I remembered, I'd tell you.
Fuck you, Van Nuys bar.
And I was just like, this place is not...
It's a bar that has comedy. It's not a comedy club.
And I've done that before, where you're at a bar and you're trying to tell your joke, and everybody is just, actually, the bar I went to was pretty forgiving. But it's like people are like, I'm trying to drink.
Is anybody actually listening?
Yeah, the one at Flappers is actually pretty good for that.
Is that a bar? That's a comedy.
There's
club.
Another room. There's a bunch of rooms at Flappers.
There's too many rooms.
I think 3 or 4.
Hey, Flappers, let's give you a new look. Huh?
Hey, look, man. If I ever make it big, I'm gonna do something great for Flappers.
Are you gonna buy it?
if I was really
Do you
doing
think that
well,
guy owns it?
no, his like dad or something does.
Oh, really?
There's this guy that goes to Flappers that is my favorite comedian.
Let's call him Jimmy.
I forget his name, but
Hopefully it's not Jimmy.
Every time I've been to Flappers, he was at Flappers. He was doing comedy. He like his jokes. Remember the first time we saw him, he was like, "I lost my virginity last week."
No laugh. No laugh. It was awkward.
Nothing. He gets up there and like sometimes bombs, sometimes does well, and that's why he is a real comedian.
And the shit about it is when, you know how people are always like, yeah, so earlier today I was at the grocery store. It's like, no, you wrote this joke a year ago.
Yeah.
I believe him when he says, I lost my virginity last week.
Yeah.
No, I believe that.
I honestly think that he has what I have with SourceFed is like there are a bunch of sets going on all the time, just like at Flappers, and I'm on some of them all the time, so it really just doesn't matter. So like, and that's why I'm able to really, be myself. And I think that's the same thing with him. He's always there. He's done that probably more than anyone else. So like to him, it's just like, I'm gonna go talk up there now.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to Flappers without him being there.
Yeah.
Whether it's him hosting or him on the show.
Yeah.
He gets around. If he keeps doing that for 20 years, he's going to be really good.
Yeah.
I think.
And he dresses like it's still the 90s.
I always wonder this. So let's say he puts in 20 years.
Yeah.
Every night, 20 years. Is he going to be good just because he's worked that much?
If he's paying attention.
Oh.
If he's
you
like...
have to constantly keep learning.
Yeah, you have to... Like that... What I hate is that people think, I've learned enough. Life, you are going to keep learning forever if you're going to succeed. Yeah, if you think that... If you ever think that there's enough, you're wrong because the earth keeps turning. The earth keeps adding layers, and how are you not gonna? And that's how people fall behind.
Yeah, I guess if you're just doing the exact same set every single night, you're not going to get better, even if you do it for 20 years. And
that's accepting the fact that you're not perfect, because you might get to a point where you've received the validation to think that you are perfect, but it's just not true. You were perfect on March 2nd, 2016, but dude, it's
Who
April.
gives stand-up open micers validation?
They don't want validation. They don't care.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think all of them?
I mean, a lot of them. But honestly, if you do a good show, that's probably.
What about the
good.
ones that just work there? And they're just
Yeah.
like, oh
They do it
yeah,
for
I
fun.
can do this, and they go
God.
up there and just,
I knew a comedian like that. He worked at a place, and he would go up and do the same set every time.
Really?
That was really like no risk.
Why?
He does the same set every time. He just works there, and he does the same set every time.
It doesn't bomb?
I've seen it do good and bomb, which makes me like question life. I'm like, if this is good and bad, it just really depends on the room and delivery.
But also, like, why? I'm not a stand-up, I'm not a comedian, so I guess I can't even voice my opinion, but, like, why would you do the same set for, like, months and months and months and months, the exact same set?
I didn't realize that until so at Steve's Roast, I had to learn I did comedy differently. Instead of using my brain to memorize it, I used my stomach, and I felt the jokes because I honestly meant them. And I've learned that that's how you really memorize things. And I've learned when you flesh it out in your stomach like that, as this is something I'm feeling, not something I'm thinking, you could keep saying it forever.
Right. I guess to clear up my point, it's not like, why are you doing the same material? Because I know people need to flesh it out and make it better and perfect it. Like, Bo Burnham said he worked on that set for 3 years.
Since the last one?
I guess that
had to be more than that.
Well, when did the last one come out? Wasn't that a year ago? 2 years ago?
That was 2014.
2014. Yeah, so maybe he was working on some of that stuff prior
Who
to.
knows?
How does that even work?
Maybe
That's
he
like me
finished-
writing an album now, but some of the songs are for my next album. Like, why would I do that? Anyways. Oh, wait. Yeah, he finished the other one way before and then filmed it eventually. Then it released. Oh, shit, that's how. So, yeah, he said it took him 3 years, which I get. Like, a whole set, if you're doing an hour, yeah. But, like, if you're just doing 3 minutes open mics every blue moon or whenever, like, why not?
Bo Burnham is lucky because he does like a show at the Fargo, like I think once a month.
I can't believe we missed it.
I know.
I'm officially sad.
I don't know how he like performs it other than that. I don't know if he goes to open mics. I don't really know much about him at all.
I don't know either, but I do know that he somewhat toured it in a sense, because like one of the things that he performs in the special, I looked it up on YouTube, and because it's only on Netflix, and I looked it up on YouTube, and there's a bunch of people filming it with their phones, like in different cities. So he must have toured it.
Yeah, he really is incredible. Every time I've seen a clip of him, I've been very impressed. He gives himself the ultimate theme.
Yeah, he's very very good, very emotional too.
I hate myself.
Me too.
In this very moment.
Really? Why?
Don't know why.
What does it feel like?
Not good.
I think I'm mostly like, where's my Thai food at? Like, that's what I'm upset with.
I'm just like, God damn.
You sounded like Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
Today, since I worked and then we're doing this and then I'm going to go to sleep, I realized this is a glimpse of what my life was working in 9 to 5, and it's fucking horrible. It's real bad.
Dude, I don't know what it's like not being in a 9 to 5. I don't think I can do it.
It's real. This is real bad. And I also think it's like the hour and a half commute doesn't add. Like, that makes it even worse.
Oh, yeah.
But it just like, I came home and it was already like almost nighttime. And then I had to like work on other shit. And I was just like, God damn this. I'm so glad I'm not a part of this movement anymore.
Yeah, you can't give that your true energy.
Yeah,
you can't give music your true energy.
Like, even before we started this, I was like,
Dude, I'm so fucking tired today. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but like today is one of those days where I'm like, I use my funny button too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes like if you use your funny button too much, you're like, I hate myself.
You've been pushing it too much.
Yeah, but that's okay. I just got to chill out for a minute.
Did you have fun with your mother?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I went to the Bay. It was cool.
I saw your Snapchat. You went to the casino with her.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Did she win?
Did she win? No. And you know what? I just realized she gypped me. She spent all her money and then said, loan your mama $20. I'll pay you back when we get to the car. As I'm sitting here at 300 miles away, she didn't give me money when we got back to the car.
She got you.
She got me, but that's okay. It's my mom. You can do whatever you want.
So, how much how long were you guys there?
See, my mom doesn't do that stuff for very long.
Yeah, you guys are kind of in and out, right?
Yeah. It's all like, we're not hanging out. My mom's got.
Do you think if she had an unlimited amount of money, a realistic amount? So, like, let's say if she normally walks in with $200, $500, whoever, I don't know how much.
I don't know.
If she had $50,000 to blow, would she hang out longer, or would she still be like 20 minutes and I'm done?
20 minutes. I really don't know. I don't know if my mom goes to gamble because we don't have money, so she wants to do it.
Yeah, like, what is her motive? To gain money or to escape?
That's what it started as, and now it's an escape mechanism. She talks about it all the time.
I'm turning off my phone. Yeah, that's an escape.
She says she's going on a drive, and like she told me that she really feels relaxed. And I was on the drive with her this time, and I realized once again the Bay is beautiful. Like, these trees and these mountains, like I love it. And fuck, it's like I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, I'm looking for that in my life. I'm looking for what my escape is.
Oh, what your escape?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What is my escape? Maybe we're too young to have escapes.
True. What am I escaping?
Yeah.
I'm escaping my escape.
My privileged life.
My privileged ass life.
Your mom had to go through some shit.
Yeah.
So
no, she didn't. My dad had to go through some shit.
Does your dad have an escape?
No. Yeah, but we don't know what it is.
And your family doesn't ask questions.
No. Once you've been water hosed in the South in 1962, like, do whatever you want.
Damn. Did your dad give you any life advice while you were there, or any nuggets?
My dad doesn't do that.
Did you see him?
Yeah.
You saw him?
My dad only gives me business proposals now.
I saw you. Well, actually, I did. I saw you guys because your mom always tags you in photos. One of the photos she tagged you on Facebook, you were asleep.
Yeah.
And that was great.
Was knocked out. Yeah.
That's such a mom move.
It is.
The worst photo.
Yeah.
You're going to put that online and tag me so all my friends can see.
She really did. But what am I going to say?
And the funny thing is, she's not doing it to embarrass you. She just thinks like, all right, I'm going to post that.
She's been doing it since I was a baby.
Yeah, that's just normal for her.
Yeah, like, I guess she doesn't really see that I'm not a baby anymore. That's what I realized. Yeah.
What did you and your sister do anything?
Fuck. Jasmine and I. Oh God.
Side note: how do we find Jasmine's SoundCloud? Because she just posted a song, and I want everyone to go listen to it.
Turfer Girl, way too saucy. I don't know. Follow her on Instagram. I think it's at Turfer Girl now. Jasmine, my sister's Instagram and Snapchat, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a little adult rated, but yeah.
Yeah, it's there's some stuff on there. So
crazy.
if you don't like the adult rated content.
But I love going to the Bay this time. You know what was my favorite thing? What my favorite part about it is going to the Bay.
The spot.
Not even the spot. One of my favorite parts is the drive. I love driving to the Bay. This time was spectacular. I was like, you know what I want to do? I'm going to just drive. I'm going to keep driving. I'm going to listen to the same songs again and again on repeat. Nobody can say anything. Turn the music up all the way. Had the air conditioning up
30?
all the way. No. I had it on like 26. You're not really listening to music unless it's on 23 on your volume. And I was like, all I got to do is keep driving, get gas when I'm at like 30 miles left, and keep being peaceful.
Right.
So I'm driving. I look down at my steering wheel where it says how much miles I have left till I run out of gas, and it says I got 15. And when you're in the middle of California,
Did you not get gas before you left?
I ran out of gas.
No, you didn't.
I ran out of gas. Yes.
That didn't even register when you said it.
Yeah, I ran out of gas in the middle of California.
Is this during the day?
Yeah, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be okay. Most people would be losing their mind. I wish you could hear the phone conversations I was having with the people on the. So I called my insurance and I was like, I get in those moods where I just don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
And I went, hey, I might have ran out of gas.
Yeah, what did they say?
And I mean, the lady started laughing, and then they sent a person. Well, I had to call a whole bunch of other people, and they were eventually like. It's going to be like... It took me 2 hours to get a person there.
So you're just sitting in the middle of nowhere?
Uh-huh. And I was not bothered. I didn't have air conditioning on. I couldn't turn music on in the car. It was hot as fuck. I just rolled the windows down, ate a sandwich.
What if you didn't have a service? What would you have done?
I didn't really have that much service. I was like so in the zone, and I've been in that zone since then. Like my body's like shaking. Like I cannot stop.
Does that mean that they had to drive from like LA or wherever to drive all the way out there to tow you?
No, it was just a Fresno tow company came.
Oh, yeah. So then they just brought you gas?
Uh-huh.
Or they towed you?
They brought me like 2 or 3 gallons of gas, and they're like, you better hope you make it to the next gas station. And I was like, oh, okay. And I did.
Holy shit.
But what really scared me was like,
That's terrifying.
I was like, this is going to be a while. So I was like, you know what? I should eat a sandwich.
And where'd you pull a sandwich out of? You're not a packer.
I just had to eat my sandwich.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this is a good sandwich.
Oh, was it?
It was a really good sandwich.
Yeah.
And I
got
was
extra meat and everything on
yeah,
that?
oh yeah. And you
Pepper
know how
jack cheese.
You know how I eat? I don't really care where the sandwich gets sprinkled. So some of my sandwich was like sprinkled in my seat, and it was like I was like, having a good time. Mm-hmm. And then after about an hour, a cop came.
Oh, great.
And I've never been pulled over by a cop before. And I was like,
wait, does this story get even better?
No.
Well, hold on. Hold on. So you had sandwich crumbs on your seat?
All over the seat and around. And so the cop comes.
All right.
And
the tow truck hasn't come yet.
The tow truck hasn't come yet.
Okay.
And I've never been pulled over by a cop before, luckily. So I was like kind of terrified. So he comes up. Mm-hmm. He's really just going to eat Thai on the podcast.
You're going to put me on blast? You're going to put me on blast. How many times have you just put me on blast on this podcast?
A lot.
Why?
Ditto.
When have I put you on blast?
All the time.
Someone's going to make a highlight reel.
Yeah, you really putting me on blast.
I didn't chew into the microphone now, did I?
No.
So the cop pulled you over.
I mean, he didn't pull me over. I was just sitting on the side of the road. I actually pulled over onto a ramp and like off the ramp a little bit.
Wait, so that means he was just doing a good thing and trying to see if you were okay.
That's what I didn't know. I learned that cops do good stuff.
I mean, the cops are there to protect you.
Yeah, see, because he's a goddamn Modesto, Fresno, middle of the state cop. He was
really, he's just bored.
Yeah, and he was drenched in sweat. Like that's his life. He was like, I remember when he talked to me, he was like, on both sides of these roads, you got agriculture farms, and I was like, what?
Why are you telling me this?
I'm just remember that he.
No, not you, him.
Yeah, he gave me directions. I was like, and I said to him at the end of this, I was like, they were like so nice to him, and he and the guy that gave me gas came at the same time.
Oh, really?
Like maybe like 2 minutes after the guy with the gas showed up, we were just all being so nice and shit. It was so weird to me. It was so un-LA, and I was like. And then I was driving away, and I had the windows rolled down. And before I drove away, I said to the cop, I said, hey, I'm not afraid of cops anymore.
What'd he say?
He laughed, and he said, good.
Is he a white guy, black guy?
He was Latino.
Latino guy?
I always trust my Mexicans and my Filipinos.
You got to. Did he ask you for, like, a license and registration or insurance or anything like that?
No.
So he was just like, hey, man, are you okay?
Yeah, he asked me for, like, not my license and registration, but a whole bunch of other things.
What else is there?
Wait, no, that wasn't even him. That was the tow
truck
truck guy. That was the tow truck. You know what? He didn't. Maybe I showed him my ID, and I just don't remember because I was kind of like scared. He had to ask me for my ID. I don't know why I don't remember, but I remember I was pretty spooked. So
were you shaky?
No, because I think I've learned how to kind of get it now.
I don't like getting pulled over. Obviously, nobody does, but I get real nervous.
Yeah,
Have I ever been actually pulled over? I got a speeding ticket once.
I remember.
And I
Remember that time you came home mad?
Was I mad?
Yeah.
Was that the same time? Are we talking about the time where I was
Yeah.
like stomping?
Yeah. Like blackout mad.
Not blackout drunk, blackout mad.
Yeah, blackout mad.
I don't think I've ever been that mad in my life.
I've definitely never seen anything remotely close since.
I think it's good to sometimes get that mad. As long as you're in a controlled environment.
Yeah, you're in a room with me and Mac.
Yeah, you got someone that can control you. If it gets a little too hot.
Yeah, like, hey, man.
Yeah. Hey. All that other shit was funny, but this one's too far.
Yeah.
Stop talking about my mama. She didn't even do anything.
Some people do that shit at Starbucks.
Some people do that shit at Starbucks in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Not Starbucks when no one's in there. You
Yeah.
know, you can go catch them at like an odd hour, like 3 o'clock. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Or maybe like 6 o'clock when no one's in there.
Yeah.
They do this at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. When the line is through the door.
Have you seen that Vine where that lady is in the Apple store and she's like, I was told I would get Apple Care. It's fucking funny. You just Google like Vine, angry woman Apple store. It's just like, why you gotta be mad in public?
I don't know what's wrong with people. So you know how you said, have you seen that Vine?
Yeah.
And that's a question in our friend group and probably people around our age. That's very common, right? Uh-huh. How is it? I said no, but I feel like 95% of the time, everyone has always seen that Vine.
Yeah.
How have we seen everything? How is that possible?
And some people have really seen everything.
Yeah, some of our friends
Yeah.
have seen every single one.
Yeah. And
have seen every single one. And like, how is that possible?
I don't know.
There's millions and millions and millions of videos on the internet.
I wonder what it's like spending that much time consuming. Not that it's a bad thing at all. It's not a bad thing at all.
Right.
I used to be able to consume that much, but now I just get angry.
You jealous that I have this sticky rice?
Hell no. I don't even want to eat tonight. I'm that mad at myself, bitch.
Why?
'Cause I'm not good.
But you know how good this is.
I'm not fucking perfect. I need to get back in the gym.
Back in the jeans?
The gym.
The like vagina?
The gym. Nah.
Let's do Snapchat questions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Before we move on to the Snapchats, we want to say a couple things. One of them is thanking our sponsor, which is Harry's.
Oh, Harry's.
Mm-hmm, Harry's.
I could tell you about Harry's.
Please do.
If you order a Father's Day set for your dad, I can tell you, I know he's going to love it. It comes in a beautiful box that doesn't even need to be wrapped. And I know if you don't like to do things, but you want to give people things, this is perfect for you. The weighted matte black razor handle and the engraved razor stand are exquisite.
I'm not trying to wrap anything, I'll be honest.
Me either.
So this really makes it easy.
Me either.
And I wasn't a shaving man until maybe a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
I would trim, but I didn't like the shave because I felt like I looked like a baby, and I decided to change that. And I did, and I actually like the way it looks. I prefer it now. It gives me like a James Bond kind of look.
All right,
but like
okay, we can say that.
like a minority James Bond kind of look.
Yeah.
So I had a great time with Harry's, and they made it very easy because they delivered it to my door, and I'm a lucky boy. How about that?
Would you say you're lucky because that shave is close, it's comfortable? Probably because the 5 German crafted blades, the flex hinge and the lubricating strip.
Ooh, say it slower, more
the
sexy.
Flex hinge and the lubricated strip. Yeah. I mean, quality is guaranteed, man. And it's a full refund if you're not happy.
Oh man, it's like,
I mean, it's $2 a blade or less. Half the price of the leading brand, man.
So go to harrys.com right now and redeem a special offer for fans of the show. Harry will give you $5 off your first purchase with the promo code TEXTBACK. Don't wait. Economy shipping for Father's Day ends on Thursday, June 9th. So act now. That's HARRYS.com and enter the code TEXTBACK at checkout for $5 off. Get dad something he'll actually use this Father's Day.
Yeah, you know you love your daddy. Give him something you love.
Mm-hmm. All right, back to the show, baby. All right, cool. So we did it on the last episode, and we're going to do it on this one. Instead of reading an email, we are accepting questions through Snapchat. So you can follow Will at, was it William Haynes?
Yeah.
William Haynes, and you can follow me at Darren Girdner on Snapchat. Will, you do the first one.
Okay.
Put that real close to the mic so I can hear it.
All right. You used to...
Did you prompt them with anything?
Uh-uh.
What anime opening?
Naruto number 3.
What do you do when...
And then they stop talking.
Damn, this shit's good.
Missed the deadline, didn't I?
What the fuck are these non-questions?
People don't take me seriously. It's okay. That one was 1 second of nothing. I can't believe this shit.
Hey, Will and Darren.
Hi.
My question is, how do I get over a guy?
A god?
A guy.
Shit. I had some shit to say about the god
I don't
thing.
know. I haven't had to get over somebody in a while.
How do you get over it? I don't know. It's
God.
it's hard.
There's nothing worse than being like,
It's real hard. Why is it so hard?
ugh.
Because before that 3 months, before you met them,
Yeah, you were you.
you didn't know that motherfucker. And in 3 months, how much can like... And I'm saying this as a person who also gets attached, but like, how do we get so attached in 3 months? In 3 months, some people are more willing to throw away their fucking friendships that they've had
Can
for
I-
years over like a 3-month smash.
Can I be honest with you?
Sure.
I realized recently what my first real breakup was. When my computer broke.
Back in 2012?
Yeah. Do you remember how sad
Yeah,
I
you were
was?
heartbroken.
I don't think I even realized that. You know what? I realized the saddest fucking shit. My laptop, when you are attached to somebody, it's because it's more than just like a mental thing. It's like, it's also a physical thing. You receive warmth from them. They
You used
hug
to
you.
fuck the USB ports.
I didn't fuck my laptop, but my laptop used to get real hot, and it used to be on my lap all the time. And I just realized recently, I was like, I might as well have had a person, like sitting on my lap.
Eating on the podcast is great.
I can't wait to hear the fucking comments
I don't
about
give a
these
fuck.
sounds.
I'm having sticky rice and mango in my mouth right now. And just talking, this is the greatest shit in my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were for sure. See, look at this. Now take a look at that and it's not moving. Don't know what that means. And it's weird because I still can't even say I understood how you felt, but I could see the distress and the sadness in you. And
Yeah.
I was like, Will, it's just a fucking computer.
Because my computer was my first girlfriend, because it gave me warmth, as well as all the information I got through it.
And the porn.
The porn and just like communicating with people, it was my everything. And to me, it literally died.
What kind of sites were you looking at back then? I'm talking porn.
Shit. What was I looking at back then? I don't know. I never really been a one website kind of guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was a one website kind of guy until the fuck.com thing.
Thank you very much.
Once that came up, that's that. Then I was like, all right, let me explore my options.
I can't believe this shit.
Let me diversify my portfolio.
So many people have been like, yeah, that was actually a good website. I got it from Jake.
FUQ.com. Check it out, all right?
It's like, I don't even want to watch porn anymore. I want to be done with it.
Really?
Because, if you watch porn when you're not horny, you're like, what the fuck is this?
The weird thing is, there's rare times, but I'm in a relationship, so I'm never really like, oh, I'm so horny, I need to watch porn right now. Unless I go on a long trip. I'm always just on Reddit, or fucking sometimes rare occasion Tumblr, and I kind of pass by the fucking sections. On the front page, it shows you everything. So, when the picture says, I'm home alone and I got a fat ass, I got to click that. And I'm sorry, sometimes it triggers something in my brain.
I'm home alone and I got a fat ass.
The titles on Reddit are real dumb. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, it
it's
is shit like that.
19F, fat ass, come fuck me. Some shit like that. It's like, what the fuck is this?
And sometimes they will have a Imgur page where they write out a bunch of captions on all the photos, and they'll be like, "Oh, if only someone would come spank me.
yeah.
This is how I would be, Daddy."
Right, and then have you ever looked at the comments and
These fuckers are really talking.
these
though.
goddamn horn dogs.
They're like, you know what, baby? If I was with you, I would do this until the moon went black.
But then there's also I would love to jerk off on you.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And I don't know if they respond, but dude.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah, they'll say thank you.
Sometimes they do.
They'll
Yeah.
say thank you.
And I'm like, what?
That's
This
okay.
is the weirdest community. People.
Yeah.
I'm jerking off to you, but I also want to have a decent conversation. Let's chat.
That's actually really nice of them. Actually,
I think that's kind of. I never got into it, but I think that's what the free cam, my free cam websites.
Yeah.
A lot of the times the girl isn't doing anything sexual.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, her titties might be out, but
Oh
or
yeah,
the
when
guy.
I was real lonely, I would watch them. Just talking.
Some guys just pay to talk to the girls, right?
I wouldn't talk. I would look at it for a minute because I was real bored, and like it wasn't anything. They like some of them really weren't doing it, like weren't even touching themselves, just talking.
Yeah, they just literally talk.
Yeah.
And it's not even sexual talk. It's not dirty talk.
And when you're real lonely, like, I mean, shit, like, you could not be lonely and still enjoy it. It's like something, and that's why I always tell, like, Raina and shit, I'm like, we're pretty much the low level of cam girls. Because, like, sometimes I do the same shit.
Who?
Like, us at work. Like, we're just not, like, masturbating. We're just, like, literally just talking. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, some of y'all, like, interesting.
I just choked straight up.
Yeah.
I thought I saw
Again.
light. I saw the white light. I didn't see a drink on the floor anywhere near me. I straight up panicked.
We just learned that you're terrified of dying. You already started seeing the light.
Yeah, I saw fucking Jesus' hands. He was reaching out for me. I was like, what the fuck do I do? I fucking straight up panicked. I've never scanned the room that fast. I saw that water bottle and I was like, shit, that thing is empty. I saw over there's an empty cup and a tea thing. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
That makes me wonder how much, like, you're not tapping into that potential.
Oh, man. Whoa, holy shit.
You could always be, like, scanning. Some people are like that.
There was a movie that I watched at the movie theater when I was a kid.
Sherlock Holmes.
It's not Sherlock Holmes, but it's a similar mindset when he walks into the room. I remember he walked into an office and the person who was in the office tested him. And she was like, what is that picture over your left shoulder? What does it look like? What's the girl wearing? And he knew exactly, it was either a guy or girl. They knew exactly what the person was wearing, and he like knew everything in the room. And I'm like, imagine having that ability. I'm so oblivious to the fucking situation unless I'm about to die. Then I'm like, okay, where am I at? Like, other than that, like, I'm not looking around. I always forget people's names. I forget what they're wearing.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I like remember why Steve and I bond is that Steve and I both see we see very strange details, and I feel like I remember the weirdest shit about people. Like, you know, their hair went like this, or like just like, you know, their eyes went like that. I don't know.
Don't you always remember what you were wearing like 2 years ago? And
I do remember what I'm wearing.
Yeah,
I have a very low photographic memory. It's like 240p.
What? Why? Why? What does that? How does that?
I don't know. I guess
you?
it triggers emotions.
Oh.
Like, honestly, like, clothing does, like, make people feel. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's a different art form.
You know what I became in the past week? I became a sneakerhead.
Oh.
I am a fan now.
Okay,
and
I see the boxes.
You got boxes. Today I was...
Who quits their job and gets boxes of shoes?
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm talking Adidas. I'm talking Nike over here.
No, but this is for the brand.
It's for the brand, but it also makes me happy. And I realized, it's good to have comfortable shoes because you're walking on your feet all day.
It really is.
Yeah,
it really is.
I was wearing Nikes and boots, but like the Nikes were like almost 2 years old, falling apart, smelled horrible.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? People made fun of me on Instagram. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I've had enough. And I've stepped up my shoe game. Today while I was leaving work, this guy had 2 packages. And for some reason, this isn't related, or it's not an important detail, but you know I like to give details. We were all leaving, and outside of the building, it sounded like a fucking war was going on. And no one was scared. And I looked to the girl to my left, and I was like, is that a normal... I could tell that she worked there every day. I was like, is that a normal...
What kind of war sound?
Like, I'm talking, it sounded like bombs going off.
Oh.
Like, really, really loud. Mm-hmm. And I was like, is that a... And it sounded like it was right outside outside the building. And I looked at her, and it was me, this girl, and this guy. And I was like, is that a normal thing? It sounds like there's a fucking war going on out there. And she said, no. And I said, shouldn't we be scared? And she just laughed. And I was like, I'm not joking. Shouldn't we be scared? We're going down. We're going straight to where the sound's at.
Yeah.
But, you know, that the reason I brought up the story is because the guy was holding 2 packages.
Wait, you said you're going straight to where the sounds are at?
Yeah, we were all going straight to where the sound was happening. So I was like, shouldn't we be worried that, like, legitimately... I'm not even exaggerating. It sounded like a war.
Yeah.
And then I was like, God damn, some people in their countries, that's just normal.
Yeah.
But anyways, the guy was holding 2 packages.
It really is.
And I think the girl maybe felt uncomfortable because I don't know why, but she was like, did you go shopping to this black dude? And he's like, oh, no, I just bought some shoes. And the package was like open already. And for some reason in my head, I was like, he bought Yeezys. And he pulled out a shoe. He's like, I bought some Yeezys.
Oh,
and they were just in a package. It wasn't in a box, so I knew they were fake. And I was like, they just sent it in those packages? And he's like, well, I mean, they're most likely fake. I was like, oh, yeah, I've seen those online. And I was like, what are you going to do with them? He's like, I think I'm going to sell them to my friends in New York.
Oh!
And I was like, are you going to tell them that it's real or fake? And he's like, nah, they can figure it out on their own.
Oh!
I was like, wait, so you're going to flip these for a lot of money?
If he's smart, he'll be like at the end, like, I never said they were Yeezys.
Right.
You never said to me, wow, those are the Yeezys. And I said, oh, my shoes?
I could sell you my shoes if you want them. But he showed me them, and they looked real.
Really?
Every detail was great. I mean, I've never really studied Yeezys up close, but I've seen some up close, and these looked great.
Man.
He was just like, no shame about selling. I can understand, like, it's kind of still shitty, but selling it to someone like on eBay or Etsy or Craigslist. But like straight up to my friend on the East Coast. Yeah, he's so stupid. I'm gonna rob him.
Honestly, yeah.
Sometimes I guess, and I guess you gotta hustle.
I hope someday Adidas asks me to design a shoe.
That would
I
be cool.
Love to.
I think any company would be cool, besides like fucking Skechers.
I'd do Skechers.
Skechers, you maybe she didn't text back and make it cool again.
Swear to God, I would do Skechers if they asked me.
Making a shoe would be so cool. Did you see what happened to Kanye last night?
No. Oh, the crowd was huge.
That riot, that was huge.
Huge.
Do you know why that happened, though?
No, I didn't know there was a riot. I just thought there was a lot of people.
Well, the media said there was a riot. I'm pretty sure that was just because they're racist and they're also trying to get fucking clicks. I don't think
and
there was
head.
And head, like Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You know those dudes at Fox are horny. There was like a Governor Ball Fest thing. Don't know, festival, but it got canceled because of weather, I think.
Oh, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, so then Kanye was like, oh, we're doing a show at the Webster Hall, which I think is only like 4,000 people, I think. But there was like thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
I can't believe that.
In line. And then, do you follow Kim on Snapchat?
I do, but I don't really look at a lot.
She was like showing Kanye, and Kanye's on the phone, and he's apparently talking to the mayor, and he's like, look, you need to close down 43rd Street because we're all trying to have a party. Like, he's like, they're all out here, just close it down and we're gonna have a party.
I pray to God that that's true.
And then he was like, then the next snap was them in a car, but this car didn't have, I think it was a convertible or just had a sunroof, I don't know, but he was standing out of it, and he was like, is surrounded by thousands of people, and he was just like saying shit. I don't know, it was muted, but just like, goddamn, you're Kanye, you can't be doing this, you might get shot.
What legendary artistry. Like, love him or hate him, he's doing some John Lennon shit right now.
Called up the mayor and said, what up?
I can't
Shut
believe
down the
that.
block.
How can you be that extra?
This is also at 2 a.m.
That's incredible. Yeah.
2 a.m. Like, he thinks that.
Why? How can you? I'm like baffled by. I could never imagine myself saying like, okay, what I have to say is so important.
I know, right?
We got to shut down a couple blocks.
I don't remember the question.
I respect him for that.
Did we answer that person's question?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm gonna do one now.
It was how to get over somebody. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's hard. That's hard.
It's terrible. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Here we go.
What's your favorite Drake song?
Fuck, that's hard. They're too good. Maybe something off of Thank Me Later.
It's either 6 p.m. in New York, Tuscan Leather, or it's on my
Furthest
Drake
Thing
playlist or Furthest Thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Every album's got one.
Yeah, every album there's a few. I'm gonna do
Trying to
another.
make me feel away.
What do you do when you're really lonely and you have no friends, but because you don't like any of the people at your school or job or otherwise, because you just don't fucking like people?
Let me tell you, kid. Let me tell you. Learn how to love introvertedness. Learn how to love yourself better than anybody else does. Okay, I'm sad tonight, so I'm not gonna be. I need to. I can't do this.
Did he say anything bad about himself?
No. That's still the answer.
Oh.
If you don't like anybody, just find a way to make
Oh yeah,
yourself
because he
satisfied.
said he's lonely, but he doesn't like anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you're contradicting yourself. It's cool if you rather be alone and read a book and watch Netflix, and if that's fun for you, don't be. That's fine. You don't have to go hang out with people.
Yeah.
Sometimes hanging out with people is taxing.
So
you can talk about the same shit. So you can answer the questions that I already know the answer to. Why are we hanging out?
Yeah.
You're not furthering my. No, almost went into it.
I mean, no, there's nothing wrong going into it.
Just sometimes I'm not trying to hang out with certain people.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. But
I've learned that I just want to, I don't know, I feel very bad because I spent some time with some people in the Bay that I haven't been around in a long time, and I was just I've been so away. I don't know what's going on in anybody else's life but my own.
Remember when you're like, I'm not going back to the Bay till I'm successful?
Yeah. I didn't quite get there.
That was what, a year, 2 years ago?
But I don't know. I forgot what I was even saying.
All right, next question. Embrace your loneliness.
Okay.
Try Craigslist if you're desperate.
Just introvertedness is okay, but I just keep going deeper, and I'm trying to get out.
Or really, if you are introverted, but you don't want to be, or sometimes you don't want to be, force yourself to go somewhere random, like a bar or a park where people are playing something, and join the game. Go join somebody's basketball game or volleyball game. Fuck it, why not? People are nice; they'll allow you. All right, here's another one.
How come every girl says yes to me asking her out, but then bails at the end?
Because you look cute, but then...
You look cute, but you know,
close.
You don't got enough money, or your mom's mean. I don't know. I don't know you as a person.
Remember that girl that used to bail on me 10 times?
There was a couple of them. Which one?
True. The one that really just kept bailing.
Oh, yeah. What happened to that? Look, he's laughing now. She's dead.
She's dead.
What was this question?
Just keep bailing.
Why do girls say yes
and then no? I don't know. I think that's just something that happens.
I don't think that it's just. I don't think it's.
I don't think it's unique. I mean, that's not saying that you're not unique, but
no, people will. I think people will think oh fuck, I just had bad luck with girls. I think it's just you haven't met the right kind of chick yet, or the right kind of dude yet. Eventually, you're gonna find one that wants to hang out with you more than you want to hang out with them, or a balance, or whatever it is. Just keep asking girls out if you like them.
Yeah.
And if they don't,
what I learned in dating life is that it's different when you're younger, but once I got out of college, I was and I was in the real world. There are so many people around, and you have to not take it personally.
Right.
If someone likes you, it's just that
you know how many options there are.
But we live in LA.
Yeah, that's
there's
true.
unlimited.
Yeah, but
options.
if let's say you're in college or high school, there's still so many options.
There's still so many options. But
too many options. If there's more than 3 options,
but if you're worried about being seen, then my old girlfriend gonna see me with my new girlfriend, and
maybe you're not wearing chapstick and you got some dry lips. What if it's just that? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Dating is terrible.
Dating?
Yeah.
Darren, why does everybody think we're gay?
That was the same guy, and it just played by itself. I think I have a ghost in my room.
This has been the weirdest question.
These are weird questions.
Are any of y'all happy?
I don't know. I don't know you, so I can't answer that question. All right, I'm gonna scroll down a bit. Here we go.
Yeah.
Ian, well, I just lost my job, and I've been applying a bunch of places, but haven't heard anything back. Do you guys have any tips on how to get a new job?
Why is everybody sad?
Okay, what I think about getting a job is I think I figured out how to do job interviews is when you can just be yourself in the interview and just as in master what it means to be you. Any question they ask you, just say what it is you're going to say. And people are really afraid to be honest, but either you can do it or you can't. And you don't want to get the job and they find out you don't have it.
Well, I mean, there is, you could learn a skill. Because,
and say that.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it kind of still paints you in a negative light. Because, if the other person that they're interviewing who you're up against didn't say anything negative, and, you have similar resumes and similar reels, they might, or I'm saying as if you're an editor, but, they might get the job.
What I mean, and this is kind of a complex answer, go in with the intention to tell the truth.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I was a manager at SourceFed, and I interviewed a lot of people to hire them. And I want to say 99% of the people I hired, it was because I liked them. In their interview stage, they were cool, they were friendly. I thought they could get along with the rest of the group, and I was they also got a skill set, so I'm gonna hire them. But there were some people who were so fucking talented, but they were douchebags, and I was I don't want this person. I don't want to deal with this person because I'm gonna have to yell at them in a month, and it's gonna be uncomfortable because then I gotta tell HR because then you're gonna make other people uncomfortable, and I gotta write emails and shit. I don't want to write emails. You know what I mean? It makes it hard to fire you. And if I gotta fire you, that means I hired the wrong person.
I can't believe you had to deal with firing.
Don't be a douchebag. Be likable, and that's the key to life. Be likable. and you will get like you can have as
And
many
what does that
skills.
mean?
You can have as many skills as even if I was the best fucking pianist in the world, if I was a
But-
douchebag, like I wouldn't.
There are some people who
Go
have
as far.
mastered the skill of being likable, but aren't. Like, they can act like they are
Mm-hmm.
a good person to you. And when it's disingenuine, people can tell. And that's why none of the people I tell I love you love me back.
Damn, that got dark.
I just decided that I didn't, I just,
All right, here's another one.
why not throw it on yourself?
Whoa, that was just like yours. It just opened and closed.
Yeah, they probably sent the same thing. I got one to open. I'm just
right.
kidding. I really don't know why. I
Okay,
just
here's
said
it.
What's your favorite thing about each other?
Ooh.
Hell nah.
Oh, and I already told you one of mine earlier on the podcast. So if you don't feel like complimenting me, it's fine. I don't need it. I came up with this line while I was driving today. It went, I don't need no validation. So I'm gonna put that somewhere.
Isn't that in that song that you sent me last night?
No.
I thought that's at the end.
No, I didn't say that. I don't know where I'm gonna put that line, but I'm at some point somewhere I'm gonna be like, I don't need no validation.
It sucks because after like watching certain comedians and being around comedians more often, like my initial thought is to say that you're very funny. But I know for some reason I'm learning that comedians don't like that.
It's not that they don't like it. It's like some people hear it. I like to hear it. I don't know who doesn't like. I mean, sometimes you don't.
Because it's like what we said in the last podcast, if you're pretty, and all people say is, oh, you're pretty. It's like, I got a personality too.
Yeah. Sometimes it hurts though. Like, honestly, like, you know how I'm in a I hate myself mood tonight?
Yeah.
I'm not that deep into it. If I was really deep into it and like, and somebody was like, oh, you're funny, I'd be like, I don't know. It wouldn't feel like a compliment. It'd feel like an insult.
I
don't know why.
Now I'm kind of slapping myself in the face, but I feel like it's never like when I'm going to equate someone calling you funny as to someone also calling you talented. For some reason, I don't think that that's really a great compliment. And now that I'm thinking about it in retrospect, because like
it's very unspecific.
Yeah, well, and also it's just like that's a learned thing in a sense. Like I'd rather someone say, hey, Darren, I think you're a very caring person because of this, this, and that. And like that's a better compliment.
I'd rather someone tell me. I mean, I love being told I'm funny, but I would like to be told how I make someone feel. That's what I try to tell people all the time. Mm-hmm. I try to give the energy back. I tell people all the time, that made me happy. This made me sad. And I want people to do that back.
I've never heard you say that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've never heard you say that made me happy or this made me sad.
I like this because not that specific, but I tell people in more words than that. This is how I feel.
Huh, I've never heard that.
And I feel like people just don't do that. I mean, you got to tune your ears to listening to feeling.
You don't tell me shit.
I tell you all the time. You remember that time that I told my sister that I loved her and you said that you realized that when I said that to you that I meant it? Mm-hmm. I'd say feeling things, but maybe you don't hear them.
No, I'm saying specifically how you phrased that. I've never heard you say that.
Oh, I mean, like, just like straight up, oh, that made me happy?
Yeah, like I've never heard you been that just
that
blank
flat?
about it. Yeah.
I mean, nah. I mean, I'm sure at some point, but like...
yours are always more like very... what's the word I'm looking for? Introspective?
I don't know.
Is that the word?
I don't know.
Existential? I don't know words.
You need to hit up some Wikipedia pages.
I need to hit up Google. All right, let's do one last one. I'll do one last one, and you do one last one, and we'll call it quits.
All right.
All right. Let's see. I like this person's name, so I'm going to use theirs.
What's your advice about taking risks? Because I want to major in something like film, but the film industry is like really risky, so I just need some help.
Well, he
said, "What are our thoughts about taking risks?" He wants to.
Well, that's your department.
He wants to major in film, but film is oversaturated and it's risky. I'm gonna go ahead and be real. You didn't ask me to be real, but I'm gonna do that. If you're already doubting it, I don't think that it's a creative industry, and if you're doubting it, I hate to say it because it sounds mean, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't think you have enough passion to do it. Because I have friends who are filmmakers and they are willing to be homeless because they just want to make movies, whether that's for the internet or whether that's like a huge blockbuster or independent. Like that's all they care about and that's all they think about. So if you're like trying to go, you know what, maybe I do want to make movies, not to like pivot you away from a potential dream of yours. And again, take this as you will, but it is hard. So really think about it. Don't just like kind of dabble in it.
I have a message to everybody who listens to me say things. The thing I truly mean is anybody can do anything as long as you put your everything into it. And I do mean that. Yeah. I truly believe no matter, maybe that's because I live in LA and opportunity isn't equal, but it's probably one of the most equal places around. Right. I truly feel like those who put the work in always shine. Right. Even the ones who don't deserve it. If you came in and put your time and your effort to your full potential, I've never seen someone fail.
Who does all of that and doesn't deserve it though?
Assholes.
Oh, like that.
I know an asshole who is
so many fucking assholes.
Consistent. Never doesn't do his job. Successful.
Do I know that person?
Hell yeah.
Really?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, wow. All right, do your last Snapchat. Yeah, don't dabble in this shit. If you're really going to be passionate about it and you love it, do it. But if not, then find something else that you love.
Advice would you give to your past self?
What did he say?
What advice would you give to your past self?
What advice would you give to your past self? How past are we talking? Are we talking like 2 weeks ago, 6 months ago, 5 years ago? What are we talking?
I'd slap the shit out of me 2 weeks ago. Hey, I don't even know what the issue is.
I would beat the fuck out of him.
What are you doing?
I would like for us to beat up the 2012 versions of us.
Oh, God.
But I'll beat up you. You'll try to beat up me.
I don't think I could physically.
I don't think so.
If I could talk to the 2012 version of myself, we're talking about like my first days on SourceFed.
Whenever you want. This is your...
Okay, I'll say that. For the first, I'd tell myself, good job. I'd just say, you made it out the hood. I really made it out the hood. That's hit me recently. I didn't realize that's fucking hard. Like, I was scared shitless I'd get shot all the time. I'm never afraid of that now. I don't know. I just say, like, just keep believing in yourself. That's all it takes. What I was lucky enough is that where I came from, a lot of adults put effort into the children to tell them that when you grow up, you could be president, you could be this, you can be that. And I really believe those people. And now all I do is like, I try to carry on the stories that I've taken from where I'm from and, just tell everybody.
Yeah, I don't think I would say anything negative. Besides like the relationship stuff, like, I think I did everything how I was supposed to do. But maybe like young Darren, like I'm talking high school Darren, stop being lost in your thoughts and being so shy and just fucking attempt to make a friend. Because you can learn a lot from
high
friends.
School me, I guess I worried a bit too much, but that's like, I don't know which podcast or whatever I explained this on, but like, that's just because I didn't understand my feelings yet. If I was afraid of monsters when I was a kid. That was just anxiety I have now. Now I'm like, bills. It's the same. It's just displaced.
Yeah.
So if I told myself when I was young, before anything else, understand how it is that I feel, I don't know what would have happened.
If you told yourself, say that one more time, that last thing.
Learn how to understand how I feel.
You don't know how you would have turned out.
Yeah. I mean, I would have turned out, probably a lot better if the younger you realize this is how I feel about things.
Right.
The more time you have to be yourself.
I'm still trying to figure that shit out.
And it's this, like earlier we were saying on the podcast, this goes on forever. You will never fully understand yourself. So you have to just keep, doing the best you can.
With that said, that's the podcast. I don't know how long that went. I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you to our sponsor. I post a weekly vlog. Check the shit out, all right? That's all I got to say. Will, anything?
Watch people be like. I make 4 videos a week. Put a lot of effort into it.
That's youtube.com/peoplebeelike. Yeah. That's youtube.com/Darren Von Gertner.
Instagram, William Haynes. Twitter, Mr. William Haynes.
Darren Von Gertner. You can find the shit by Googling it, but check us out, all right? We have fun on the internet. Yeah, that's all. Pussy.
That was a HeadGum podcast.